Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today we are going to be taking a look at a bunch of affordable swimwear options from Cupshe. Now I've featured Cupshe quite a few times on this channel before. I first tried them many years ago. In fact, the year I got engaged to my husband, when I kind of on a whim took a risk, ordered a few swimsuits. I feel like it was a much more unknown brand back then. I believe it was 2018 or 2017. So like quite a long time ago. And I loved the swimsuits that I got. In fact, I still have them to this day. And since then, I've tried quite a few different styles, tried to see, do I like the cover-ups? Do I like one pieces, bikinis? So today they actually sent me a bunch of different swimsuit options and a few cover-ups to try and see which ones I like, which ones I don't like. Now, though these were sent to me for free, which I really do appreciate, that does not mean that I only have to say nice things. Like always, I will give you my truthful and unbiased opinions on which ones I like, which are worth the money, and which probably are not. Now, one thing I will keep in mind with this review, swimsuits at Cupshe are very, very affordable. Most of them are under $40 for a whole swimsuit. So obviously I'm going to judge them a little less harshly than I would a $200 swimsuit, which seems to be where most newer brands especially are going. Swimwear has gotten very, very expensive. So we will take a look at all of the pieces, we'll try them on, and we'll see which ones are worth it, which I like and which I don't. And if you do want to check out any of the swimsuits from this video, I will link them all down in the description box so you can find them down there. Give them a try for yourself. Now, I do get questions regularly about Cupshe, specifically asking about their shipping and return policies. So in terms of shipping, I would say things usually take a week, maybe a week and a half to get to me in Canada. They are shipped from China, I believe, so that's not a bad amount of time in my opinion. For returns, I have never personally had to return anything. My personal philosophy when it comes to returns is if it's not like a giant box store that has locations in your country, I don't even go into buying something with the idea that returning it will be a possibility. Really try to make sure I'm only buying things that I think I'm going to love, and if for whatever reason something doesn't work for me, I resell it on Poshmark. And you will end up losing money that way, but returning something to China, I believe you'll have to pay for return shipping. If you don't, you usually have to pay a pretty high restocking fee. And when your swimsuits are only like $30 each, it's usually not worth it to buy 10 swimsuits and return 8 of them. You're better off really trying to whittle that down to the 2 or 3 that you love and you're really gonna like. Cupshe is really good about having a lot of reviews on all of their swimsuits that'll tell you like what size the person wore, did they like it, did they think it fit big or small, and of course there are lots of people making reviews like the one I'm about to make right now to try and help you make sure that you will love your purchase. So I hope I didn't scare you away. I swear Cupshe has a lot of really, really good stuff. Now they also have some stuff that I haven't liked that much. So let's go through everything today and we'll see which ones are worth your money and which are not. And the links and actual names of every swimsuit will be down below along with what size I got and everything. But for the most part in one pieces, I believe I got a medium in everything. I got a medium in tops, and for reference, I usually wear a 34 double D to triple D. And I believe I got a large in all of the bottoms for bikinis where I could get like 2 different sizes. But I will also include the size for sure when I double check down in the description box so you can double check and confirm it down there. For reference, like I said, I usually wear a 34 double D to triple D in bras, mediums in tops, and then mediums or a US 8 to 10 in bottoms. The only reason I'm sizing up to a large in the bottoms, I absolutely cannot handle when bikini bottoms dig in. I think that it feels really uncomfortable and I really don't like how it looks. So I would rather just size up in the bottoms and not have to worry about that. And with that, let's take a look at this first swimsuit. So obviously this is a very cute black and white print. I have been saying for the past couple of months, I think 2024 is going to be the year of the black and white swimsuit. I might have even been saying this since late last year. It's really popping off this year. Everybody is releasing some kind of like a really sleek little black and white option. This I thought was a fun play on that, where it's like still a cute pattern with some interesting stuff going on while still being that black and white monochrome. So this top has a lot going on. It is a fairly deep V in the center, but then it also has this lace up detailing that you do really tie. So I will say the tie concerns me ever so slightly. I would just be nervous that if I was doing a lot of activities, so like swimming, doing doing water aerobics, playing volleyball, something like that. If this comes undone, this is pulling open pretty far, probably far enough that you would get a nip slip. But if you're wearing this more so to tan, to do like a tiny bit of swimming and then like sit by the pool and have a drink, I think this would probably be fine. Now the back on this does have adjustable straps, and then there is no band adjustment, but there is, of course, a band adjustment in a sense because you are tying this to be looser or tighter as you need. So I have it tied fairly tight just to keep it tight and closed in the middle, which is obviously giving me more cleavage. You could tie it a little bit looser. You would have a little bit more of a view in the center, but a little bit less lift and cleavage, just depending on what you're looking for. Now for the bottoms, they are obviously quite high-waisted and they are decently high cut on the leg, which I've talked about this in every swimsuit video I've ever made. I personally, because I am only 5'1", really prefer a higher cut leg because I do think it helps make your legs look a little bit longer versus being cut off right across the hip bones. Now I sized up in this bottom, but I do believe if you got your regular size, this does have a little bit of compression in it in this bottom portion, and then the top part does not, which I think is very good design. That means that the bottom will be pulling tight across your lower tummy where a lot of women want a little bit of extra support, but you're not going to have muffin top because this top portion is a lot looser. So any muffin top that might be created from this bottom part being tighter is going to be hidden under this little top piece. So I think that's a very good design. Now in terms of cheekiness, I would consider these fairly cheeky. They're obviously not a full coverage, but I think that they look really good. I'm happy with that amount of coverage, especially for like going on vacation with my friends, going somewhere with my husband, but this might not be my choice for like my most family-friendly bikini that I own. But I think that it looks really cute. I definitely like this one. You'll have to let me know how you like it down in the comments. And with that, let's get on with it because we have a lot more swimsuits to look at. Now, I did get a really good mix of both bikinis and one pieces and cover-ups, so I figure we'll kind of alternate between them. But next up, we have this little one piece. I think that this is cute, don't get me wrong. They had a navy version of this with like flowers that I think would be stunning. Like the pink, don't get me wrong, I think the navy would be gorgeous. So this has basically a bunch of different cutouts in the front with little pieces holding them together. I think that's cute, a little bit of a peekaboo moment. Now I feel like my belly button is like very, very visible in this for some reason. I know so many people do not care about that. I always feel a little bit weird when my belly button is just like out on display. I don't know why. It feels a little awkward to me. Now I am also about to start my period probably tomorrow, so I'm like my most bloated in my luteal phase. Maybe not the best time to try on swimsuits, but I think that this gives like a real look at what they're going to look like on me when I've eaten a whole bunch of chips and guac, when I've had maybe a couple beverages. I sometimes do like to try stuff on at this time of the month because it's more realistic. Now for the back of this one, it does have adjustable straps, and then it just has a little string that comes across that you tie as tight or as loose as you need to. And that's basically just like keeping this tight down to your side. Now, this is a pretty full coverage one piece. Definitely something that I would feel comfortable wearing in front of like my family. I don't think it would be a problem. Now, I do really like the pink on this. I like the little pattern that's going on. I think it's pretty, but so far I definitely like the black and white one better, I think, for me. All right, next up we have a little bit more of a bright colorful option with this little bikini that has pinks and blues and greens. And I feel like the pattern on this is very cute. However, I also think I'm a little too pale at this time of year for a pattern like this. I think this will be very cute if I have a tan at some point, but right now I'm like the palest that I'll be. If you hear any meowing, general commotion, you see any little cattails, my parents' cat is visiting us. He's not used to not being allowed in any room, so I absolutely had to let him in here. So this suit obviously is a lot more low-rise than a lot of the ones that I think you'll usually see from Cupshe. They really do seem to specialize more more in very high-waisted swimwear. This one I would consider more of like a mid-rise or like a classic bikini, not super high, but also not that like ultra low that makes me very uncomfortable. This one is still hitting very low across the legs, so as we know now, I would prefer something that cuts up a little bit higher across the leg. This one is pretty full coverage at the back, which for a more like mid-rise bikini I think is interesting. A lot of times they also go very low coverage in the back. The top on this does have like a little bit of a crossover in the front, which I think is cute. It obviously is a fairly deep V. This is almost like a more sporty top. It has very thick straps. It has a really good amount of coverage and removable padding. And then at the back on this one, it does not have adjustable straps, but it does have an adjustable band where you can choose from a couple of different band lengths. So I do like this one. Once again, I think I'm a little too pale for the ultra bright colors at this time of year. However, I think closer to the middle or end of summer, this could be very cute. And then they did also send me a few little cover-ups like I mentioned. So this is one of them. Obviously quite a deep V, so you will probably get a little pop of whatever swimsuit that you have underneath. And then this dress does have elastic kind of around your waist and your underbust to keep it tighter to you, and then it flares out towards the bottom. It does have a little bit of a high-low with it being a little bit lower at the back, and then it has all kinds of little crochet details, which I think is really cute. Now it is a fairly thin material, which I think once again is perfect for a cover-up. You're not going to have to worry about it being like super thick and sopping wet, but if you were going to wear this just as a regular dress, I think it might be like slightly too thin and see-through for that, so just keep that in mind. Next up, we have another one-piece option, this time from their Tummy Control line. Now I have tried a very similar swimsuit in the past, but in a completely different colorway, and I really like this one. I think that this light periwinkle bluish purple is so beautiful. I think it's really pretty. I love the little florals on this, and just in general, I think that this style of swimsuit is going to be pretty universally flattering on everybody. It features a fairly deep V in the front, which I think is nice, and I do like having a deeper V on my swimwear. And then the straps have little ruffles on them all the way down, which I think is really nice. Once again, it's drawing attention up here, which I think, once again, in swimwear, it looks really good to have like a little bit of cleavage. And then because so much attention is drawn up here, there's less attention on your tummy, which I think is very helpful if that's something you're insecure about. It also features some extra fabric in a layer above a tighter, slightly higher compression layer that you can kind of ruche to help you feel a little bit more secure. So I do think this is like a very good tummy control option. Maybe you've recently had a C-section or you've had a baby and you're feeling a little bit more uncomfortable. Now you can see those ruffles go all the way down the back on the straps, and then there is also a little tie section down there to kind of help and keep this underband part nice and tight. I overall think this one is very cute. This is definitely one that I will keep and reach for because I love those ruffles and I really love this periwinkle color on me. I think it's absolutely beautiful. All right, next up we have the first swimsuit that in my opinion does not quite fit, and that is this underwire, really pretty pink and orange swimsuit. Now the bottoms of this fit perfectly, if not even slightly loose, but what doesn't fit at all is this top. So this is an underwire top. It has adjustable straps, adjustable band. Unfortunately, none of that helps because the cups for me are way too small, comically too small. So the underwire is just digging in really uncomfortably for me. Things are sitting way too high. They're not in the cups at all. For me, this is just a complete fail. I absolutely could not wear this. Now, the bottoms, on the other hand, I feel like are a little bit weird. So from the front, they're a crossover and they come down to approximately mid-rise, but then at the back, they come up so oddly high, like they're almost touching the top. And if I pull them down to where I think they should actually be sitting, have a bunch of extra bum fabric that when you go in the water is just going to be like diaper butt. This swimsuit, a bit of a fail for me. I think, like I said, the bottoms are a little bit too big where there's just too much fabric and the top is too small. So if you are getting this swimsuit, I would would go with your regular size for bottoms and size up in the top if you have a bigger chest. Definitely. And last for the swimsuits, but certainly not least, we have this little halter tie. Once again, a tummy control style in just a classic black. So what could ever be wrong with a classic black halter? This obviously has a pretty deep V. It is a halter, so you're tying this up. So if you want things lifted a little higher, you can tie it a little tighter. I would rather it be slightly looser so that it's not tugging on my neck all day, but I think that this looks really good how it is right now. This does have some pretty high compression in it. I wouldn't say it feels uncomfortable. Even when I'm like a little extra bloated and not feeling as good, I think it feels fine. Some extra thick seams on the sides, which I do think are helping to kind of like give you a bit more of that hourglass figure. And then this one is once again like a fairly full coverage at the back, so not like ultra cheeky or anything. I wish it was ever so slightly higher cut, but I know that that is not everybody's thing. And then the back portion at the top is just open because it is a classic halter. I think this is a suit that no matter who you are, this is going to look good on you. It's just like a universally flattering style. It's a classic for a reason. And with something like this, you could easily add a little swim skirt or something and it would still be very cute. Something like this, I think I would feel comfortable wearing to absolutely anything, even if it was like a family situation or whatever. It's a classic for a reason and it will never go out of style. And then this is another of the little swim cover-ups that they send. This one is a super simple style. You just pull on over your head. It has some little flowers embroidered onto it, and then it's basically just like this white, really floaty little dress. I feel like as a little swim cover-up, this is great. Very cute, super easy to throw on over a swimsuit. If you just want to like run into a restaurant and grab lunch or something, I think this would be fine. It's obviously pretty low in the front, so if you have a swimsuit that comes up a little higher, I do think you'd be able to see the swimsuit under it. I also feel like for me, where the bust is supposed to end is actually ending like a little too high. So I'm not sure if that looks weird. I think it looks okay, especially as a swim cover-up. I don't necessarily care. But if you have a very large bust, I might consider sizing up in this just to make sure that it's actually fitting properly. And then the very last thing that they sent is this black dress. I think you could definitely wear this as a cover up if you wanted to, but I think this one is definitely more meant to just be a dress that you wear whenever. Now this has an empire waist, which I always am a little iffy about, but I think on this it actually looks really cute, where it is tight all the way down to below the belly button and then it kind of flares out from there. Now this one does have a little cutout. I think you could also easily flip this around and wear it reversed with the cutout at the back, and I think it would be fine. Now this does have pockets, and then on me it is fully floor length, which I think does look good. Obviously I would need a heel or something, but I do feel like this is quite pretty. The top is like a very stretchy, smooth material, almost like a scuba material. The bottom is definitely more of like a crinklier polyester fabric that doesn't feel as good to me, but it's not like necessarily touching or rubbing up on your skin all the time. And for the price, I do think that this is quite cute. And then I should also mention, this is just something kind of funny. Cupshe did actually send me one other thing, and it is a American flag swimsuit. I am Canadian, and I personally don't feel super comfortable wearing like an American flag as a swimsuit. I don't know what the flag laws are over there. I don't know if that's something that you can really do. I felt weird about it, so I'm not going to wear it personally. But if you are an American and you're feeling very patriotic ahead of the 4th of July, maybe this is something you want to pick up. They do sell them. They sell a couple different versions. This one has a reversible bottom that is stars on one side, stripes on the other. I think it's very funny. I think it's kind of cute. Definitely not for me, and I'm not going to wear it as a Canadian. I feel like it's a little disrespectful. And with that, those are all the different pieces I got from Cupshe this time. Like always, definitely be sure to let me know which were your favorite, which were your least favorite, and why. If you've tried anything from Cupshe before, I would love to know your experience with it. Like I said, I think I probably like at least 80% of the stuff that I've tried from them. Every once in a while, I'll get like a romper and I'll be like, it doesn't quite fit right. Or like that bikini top I tried tried that was just way too small. But to be fair, if I had have read the reviews a little bit closer or waited for there to be reviews if there were none, probably neither of those situations would have happened. But overall, I'm very pleased with all of the different stuff I tried today. I've got some really cute new suits. I especially love a lot of the one pieces at Cupshe. I think they just have designs that are very flattering, unique patterns, or have a little something extra like the extra ruching and tummy control that help me feel a lot more confident in my swimwear. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope that you have a fabulous day and that I will see you next time. Bye!